everyone. Welcome to Life Giving Conversations with Thobeka Dlamini. Thank you so much for coming through to watch this broadcast. I'm so excited today. It's the first time that I have a guest, so I do hope you are going to hit the subscription button and you are going to share this broadcast with your friends and family. I'm looking forward to today's session as we discuss a very interesting issue, an issue that is always, dealt with very lightly. But today we're going to dive in deep and see how we can build a family or two. Welcome, Pastor or Mr. Spaumer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Andrew Spaumer, talking relationships. That's a proper introduction.
Yes.
Today we're not wearing any other cap.
No.
We're wearing the cap of a therapist today.
Yes. Talking relationships.
We're talking relationships.
Yeah.
I am aware this is your field.
Yes.
It comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
You have, dived deep, you have studied, you have, expanded your knowledge in this. And that's why we are so happy to have you. Because I know that whoever is watching today is going to be healed, is going to be informed, and is going to take steps in rectifying certain issues within their marriage. So, I want us to talk a little bit about you. Just in 3 minutes, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right. My name is Andrew Spaumer. I'm a social worker by profession. I studied at the University of Pretoria. I also went to the extent of studying for masters, where I researched on conflict management in Black African marriages.
Oh wow!
Because of the interest that I'm having in relationships.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have married to Nomsa Spaumer.
Yes.
Got 2 beautiful children.
Lovely. Yes.
I'm based in Pretoria for now. After spending some years in the United Kingdom. In
the UK, yes. It was it 3 years or 4 years? It was
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. I just came back in November last year.
Lovely.
Yes, and great work that we're doing on relationships. We're looking at before a relationship, during engagements when you're engaged, going further to all preparation, premarital counseling, live in marriage, and then also
the early years.
And then also when you continue, how to continue building yourself in a relationship. And also we cannot also deny that there are those that feel that they cannot continue with the marriages. We also help you through that process and also how to live. And also we deal with the blended families.
Of stepchildren.
Exactly. How do you start building after all the things that you have gone through? So that's the area of interest that we are dealing with.
Quite a wealth of knowledge. That's like the full scope of relationships and marriages. I called you in today because I really have confidence in you attending to the issue that we're going to talk about today. And we from the church, and we always go over the top when it comes to these things, and we touching on the issue of infidelity today. Quite a sensitive issue. People don't talk about it openly.
We are Jola 99.
We are Jola 99. that made quite an uproar, but in any way, we're going to look deep into it, and I want us to understand what is infidelity. Maybe that's where we should start, because people have different definitions of infidelity. What is infidelity, according to your knowledge?
If you were to check on a dictionary or your Google, to the word infidelity, talks about unfaithfulness to your partner, whether in marriage or outside of marriage, but when you have made a commitment to this person. Maybe even before we go there, when you meet someone, you start in the process of dating. During the dating phase, there is no commitment. I'm still in the hunting, trying to go out. When I take you on a date, it doesn't mean that you are the one, even though you can sit in the front seat. But when I go to the level of courtship, or where we are making a commitment to each other, I'm saying to you, I'm no longer looking at others. You are the person that I'm looking at.
I'm committing to you.
And then I'm committing to you. So once now, out of that commitment, I'm now unfaithful going outside. That is now where we talk about infidelity.
Infidelity.
Yes. So where it also goes into the issue of marriage. In marriage now, you are not only making a commitment to the person, you are making a commitment to the person's family, to the whole people that have come to witness, to say that I neglect all the others.
Yes.
I commit to you.
Yes. Yeah.
So when
you are not publicly declaring.
Exactly. So when I start now no longer fulfilling that and I'm looking at others.
Yes.
That is infidelity.
That is infidelity.
Yes,
in other words, in nutshell, it's unfaithfulness.
Unfaithfulness.
To a commitment that you have made to somebody else. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I like the way you have packaged it. Now, a lot of people always ask, because there are different, schools of thoughts when it comes to infidelity, and you find that most of the time when people find themselves in that situation, there's always a shifting of blame.
Yes.
I did this because you were not there for me, or I did this because you couldn't satisfy this need or that need, whether it's emotional or sexual.
Yeah.
But I want us to understand what, as a therapist, what are some of the general causes of infidelity? What are some of the reasons that really, make people go out there and be unfaithful on purpose to their spouses, because everybody has a reason why they do it. And sometimes you find that in those reasons, there's a lot of shifting of blame instead of owning up to responsibility. So what do you think are some of the things that causes people to go outside of marriage and be unfaithful?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the important thing is about first the foundation, the belief system.
Okay.
Let's start there.
Yes.
Do you, with partner, the person that you are with, believe that this is a soul, a mono relationship where I'm committed only to you?
Yeah.
And this is where we need to discuss it even before going into a relationship.
Yes, definitely.
Because I can come to you for that. My belief is that I can have a multiple partners. I go to extent
traditionally.
My tradition allows me.
Yeah.
I go to the extent of even drinking certain things to boost my manhood.
Yes.
It's something that has been passed from generation to generation in my family.
In families,
I'm just acting on what I know. And there's no any other way. Whether it is a woman who goes out with multiple partners or is a man, but it's something that they grew up knowing. So that forms their beliefs, is their foundation. So it's not even something wrong to have someone else. I'm committed to you, but I've got someone else. But you are my wife, but this one is not my wife. It's just where I'm passing the time. We agree on that. That the first is the foundation, what a person believes. There are a lot of other factors that can cause one to go outside to seek pleasure outside. Pleasure can be a pleasure of sex, pleasure of
it's
emotional support, pleasure of just sin with this person.
Attention.
Attention, where I feel my self-worth is to boost my ego, to be known amongst my friends that I've got about 5 ladies and I know how to play them. And some of these things, Mama, is just they don't have to happen in marriage. You see them even before marriage.
The pattern, is clear.
It's clear even before marriage. So if the person has done it even before marriage and they continue to do it in marriage, we cannot ask, why is the person doing it? It's a habit.
It's a habit. It's a lifestyle.
When the person sees someone who says hi, or when he says hi to someone, already there's
no restraint.
There's no restraint. But there are other things that we can look at. Mental intimacy, I would call it. A person, you can get attracted to a person because of their thinking level. Because they stimulate you mentally as you speak to them. A married man is working with this wonderful young lady that is so,
driven and intellectual.
And she always challenges him. And, that it builds that intimacy. And such intimacy can end up leading to other intimacies because of the time that you are spending.
The
The other example that I will also give is, they will say that those that have studied MBA,
Yeah.
that the marriage get destroyed during the studies of MBA because of the groups work that we need to do sessions, and we're sharing more time, more space with the person. That can also lead to infidelity.
Yeah.
The other is just also, as I said, out of weak self-image.
Yes.
Where you just want to
boost your self-esteem.
Exactly, to feel that, women likes me, men likes me, I feel good, and you just continue. Others is when you are angry with each other.
Yeah.
When you're angry with each other, then you create that gap between the two of you. You start spending more time away from each other. You are opening yourself, to someone. A man, for example, who has got a gap with the wife, can easily talk to another female at work
because of
about what is happening at home. And when you are starting to talk, then it also opens the gap, but it brings the opportunity for that person to occupy the space of your spouse.
Yes.
So that can also lead to infidelity. There are just quite a number of things. And some is just innocent. Yeah. Innocent. You are ignorant. You are buying something in a store, and you greet someone, they greet back with a smile. Yeah. And from there you ask for a number, they give you the number, you're thinking that is a joke, and the person on the other side is serious.
Yeah, is receiving
and then from there you text back, and the person texts back. You start communicating, and the more you communicate,
you are building a bond.
You are building that bond.
Yes.
And it leads to that infidelity that you experience in your relationship. Yeah,
I'm picking up quite a lot of things as you are speaking, that even during times of conflict and during times of misunderstanding, it's very crucial. As you are speaking, I'm just thinking about it, it's very crucial that you leave no matter unattended.
Yes.
Because the longer the matters linger on without being resolved, the bigger the gap.
Yes.
Because there's a big elephant in the room
and there are people that are waiting for such opportunities.
And people see these opportunities.
No, they see them.
They see these opportunities. People are not as oblivious as we think. When there's a gap in the marriage, people can pick up on these things, and they move in based on those things.
But allow me to also add the issue of depression.
Yeah.
When you are feeling down. When you are feeling down within your relationship, there is pressure, especially now with people that have lost their jobs. There's pressure,
financial pressure.
And then also when you are feeling down, you find someone that can just listen to you because your spouse is
feeling overweight.
Exactly. Then from there you can start building that emotional attachment with someone that you talk to. Doctor-patient relationships.
Yeah. It happens. Psychologists and the
pastor congregation. Some of the relationships is this. If it starts because this person, you feel that they
depend on you now emotionally.
I can feel you. If the week goes without talking to you,
I can feel the gap.
I feel the gap. Then from there it leads to that.
It leads to infidelity. That. I think we need a part 2 on this so that we can dive into some of the barriers of how we can draw the lines and how we can protect ourselves. But for now, we're looking at the causes. And now that we've done the causes of what really drives people to that type of a setup, because sometimes we want to spiritualize things and say no, this thing is not for people that are on a certain level. There are some people that have shocked us, and that we found in such situations, and we were like, what happened? And this is now the human element that we're bringing in to say, just because you are spiritual does not mean that you are not susceptible if you are not careful to these type of things. And that's the conversation that we are having today. Because sometimes people want to be on a high horse, and then they don't want to be aware of the realities that are happening around them. So now I want us to dive into some of the effects of infidelity. Because I don't think people understand the impact that infidelity has on a marriage or a relationship,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And a lot of people I speak to brush it off that, but it was nothing. Or you find that you are trying to counsel, or sometimes you find that somebody brings in some illness into the marriage.
Yes,
Some foreign illness.
Or even children.
Children, you know, and people just treat it like they downplay it. Like, it's not supposed to have that effect. These things happen in households all over the world. So deal with it. That's the attitude.
But also it's not, for some, it's something that they've seen from their own parents.
Yeah.
And they've seen their parents living with infidelity or some, you know, the mother knows that the father is going out, but she's made peace with it. So it becomes, for a young boy that has seen that, it's normal.
It's normal.
For the young girl also, it's normal. You can continue with that. But you are talking about the effects of infidelity. You see, once someone cheats on you, remember that the relationship is built upon trust.
Trust, yes.
It's
and
the
commitment.
foundation.
Yes, yeah.
But this trust came through words.
Yes, yeah.
Right? I gave you words.
Yes.
You believed the words.
Yes.
And as you believe, whatever we are in agreement, it was established.
Yes.
To that, I will look only at you, and you will only look at me.
Yes.
So once you go out and I find out that you are cheating, or once you cheat, you are breaking the trust.
Yes.
Now, I'll talk about the impact on both sides.
On both males and females.
Both males can cheat. Females can cheat.
Females can cheat.
Anyone can become a victim.
Yes.
So let's talk about when you are cheated on.
Yes. Okay.
Now, one of the things, trust is destroyed. The foundation is destroyed.
Yes.
And what will the righteous do when the foundation is destroyed?
It's destroyed. True.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the first.
It's a messy issue. Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing. The second thing, you start questioning.
Yeah.
If you are a woman, you start questioning your womanhood. What is wrong with me? What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Sometimes you even want to look at the person that your spouse is cheating with
and compare
and start comparing yourself. You know, if you got 3 children, 4 children, you think that maybe I've lost it somewhere.
Yes.
You know, from there you can even go to the extent of trying to change yourself, going to the salon, trying to change your hair, to look a certain way. That's what it deals with, your self-image.
Yes. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Whether you are a man or a woman.
Yes.
As a man, you start also questioning your abilities.
Yes. Yeah.
Am I not a man?
You are driven by achievement.
Exactly.
Yes.
Am I not? Why did she go out? Am I not a man enough?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, that is what happens to the victim. But now to the person that has done the act, it now leads you to where you live a life of spiral of lies.
Yeah, you are covering.
You are covering because if you tell a lie, you must have a good memory to continue telling another lie to cover. And then lies have got a tendency of just growing one after another. Yeah. And then number 2, also you live a life of guilt.
Yeah.
And shame.
You are not free.
You are not free. You know, as such, it affects a lot. It can even affect your work.
Yes.
It can affect your performance, your interaction with other members of the family, and even your children.
Definitely.
Because if you are not at home at 6, for example, you have to explain where you are. Yeah. And you have to maybe come up with another story.
And you've lost family time. You've lost a lot.
So those are impact, and these things start to grow. They start small. Yeah. And mostly when you start cheating, you are careful to cover your tracks.
Yes.
But as time goes on,
you relax.
You start relaxing. And that is when you are caught.
Yeah.
And when you are caught, the question is that, do you admit because you are caught, or do you admit because it's wrong?
Yes. The principle of it is wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are some of the impact on both those that have been cheated on and those that are cheating. It affects us both.
Definitely. No, I like the way you have summarized it.
Yes.
I hope we can dive deeper into some of the triggers when we do our next video. This is part one. I'm declaring this is part one.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I want to understand this now that this has happened, and this is the gist of where we are going, because we live in a world where things are happening, and we need to reach people where they are.
Yeah.
We can't always just be above the roof and everybody else is under the roof.
Yes.
So people have gone through this in the body of Christ. People that never thought they would go through it have gone through it.
Yes.
I want to understand now. Now things have happened. Things are in the open. People have been exposed. Can a marriage heal from such incidents? I don't want to talk about a relationship, because sometimes you find that if it's happening as early as before you get married, then you must know that it's going to catch up with you inside. But now there are people that just genuinely, with good foundations, went into marriages where they found themselves in these situations. Can a marriage heal from such events or such an event?
I can say clearly that yes, a marriage can heal, but it is gonna take work. To build a house from scratch where there is nothing,
yes,
is easier than to renovate a house.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you very well.
Because remember, now we are dealing with a broken trust.
Lot of damage. Yeah.
And there's a lot of damage. So question is that how do I regain that trust?
Yes.
What are the things that I need to do? And that is where we come in therapy.
Yes.
That is where we say that you too cannot solve and rebuild this marriage. You need an intervention of someone that is outside.
Yes. Yeah.
That can help in the whole process. As I said to you, that when someone cheats on you, you start to doubt yourself.
Yes, yeah. It
but
affects
even
your
after
self-esteem.
doubting yourself, you ask yourself, you got questions, because it comes as a trauma.
Yeah, it's a
you
trauma.
You go through the processes of trauma.
It's a trauma.
It's a shock, disbelief, denial.
Yes.
And it goes until you come to acceptance. It's a process that you must go through.
Yes.
And you need someone that will
to
be able
hold your hand.
To hold your hand. But above all, even the person that has cheated need to understand what you are going through.
Yes.
Because in most of the time, someone will say, but I have said I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
No, we find that a lot. I mean, we are pastors. We counsel a lot of people. You find somebody saying, no, but what is she or what is he expecting me to do? Because I've already apologized.
But you are saying you're a Christian and the Bible says you must forgive.
Yes.
I've said I'm sorry.
I've said many times. What must I do now?
Then you come to that level of the different language of apology.
Yes.
You know, there's a book, different language of apology.
Okay, interesting.
Because when I'm saying I'm sorry, because I can say I'm sorry, but still repeat. I can say I'm sorry,
back,
and I don't show remorse.
Yeah.
I can say I'm sorry to say shut up.
Yes, that's true. And that's what's happening within marriages. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's just to end the conversation, basically. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I still got calls that when I receive, I go to the corner.
Those are triggers.
I'm sorry, but I can't leave my phone there.
Yeah, with you.
With you and trust you.
I hear you. So you are in nutshell saying, though people are in the healing process, there should be signs of remorse for that behavior.
Exactly.
And that's where the healing.
That's where the healing
will start. But it doesn't mean it's gonna come overnight. No. From what I'm understanding.
But also after cheating, once you have cheated, the law, if you are a believer in the Bible, gives you that to issue the certificate of divorce.
Yes, scripturally. Yes.
I understand. Legally, spiritually, you can serve the person divorce.
Yes.
It's your right. Or you can stay. It's still your right. But these two decisions are very much crucial because both of them have got consequences.
Yeah.
If you choose to stay,
they will cost you,
it's going to cost you. If you choose to leave, it's also going to cost you.
Yes.
So it's not just say that it is over, I'm walking away. And that's where people make mistakes. That's why it is proven statistically that most people who left one relationship, they can go from one after another, just everything breaking.
They never finish anything. They start and never finish anything. Yeah.
Because whatever made you to lose the trust, when you go to another relationship,
you'll find something.
You are still wearing the same spectacles with the same tinted. And until you clean
the tinted lenses,
you will walk with that perception.
With suspicions. Wherever you go,
And when you choose to stay, question is that how are we going to rebuild this trust? Because it's broken.
It's broken.
And it's not the process of only the offender and the offended. No.
It's both.
Both of you needs healing.
Yeah.
The one that has done wrong needs healing.
Yes.
And also needs to know how to support their spouse. And also the one that has been wrong needs healing. Because when you think that you have been wronged, you feel entitled to torment someone.
Yes.
To want revenge.
Yes. To inflict pain.
To inflict pain because you feel that they've done this to me. I must show them.
Yeah.
And that is actually another reason for people to cheat, by the way.
Yeah, they cheat
out of
revenge. Yes.
You understand? So both these two will need to go through the process. It's not a one day. It's not a jab, a coronavirus jab that you will put and things are sorted.
And things are okay,
no. People must learn to invest and to know that repairs take time and
they're
cost
expensive.
a lot.
Yeah, they're expensive.
It costs a lot than building a new house.
Yes. I like how we have put it. It's so practical. It's so accessible, because we live in a generation where people think that, things just fall into place automatically, And I think that's one of the reasons why our marriages are struggling in this generation. The main reason is that people just expect things to blossom, from nowhere. And sometimes that high expectation in marriage makes it impossible for people to stay and fix things because it's things that they just never expected would happen. And today the reality check is that this is life. Things will happen. How do you get up from there? I once read a very interesting statement that had a granny and a grandpa, and it said somebody asked us, how did we last so long? And then the old couple was saying, we lived in a generation where you didn't discard things that were broken, but you will fix things that are broken, And I think that mentality is also following us in our generation if this kettle, my husband wanted to fix some iron he was attached to, it was quite an expensive iron. He wanted to fix it. I said, no, you don't have to fix it. We can get another one. He said, but this is a good iron. Why should we get rid of it? And it's still taking up space in the house because he believes this iron can be fixed. And I believe that, no, we can get a proper iron. But it's something that I'm learning from what you're saying today. That whether you stay, whether you leave is going to cost you. Because leaving that marriage with kids in that marriage, there's going to be a price to pay. Even with those kids.
Before, you have to understand that even though we may not be married. But the breakup, because once you connect with the person,
it's deep.
It's deep.
Yeah.
The breakup, you are not just going to walk and say that it is over.
You will grieve for some time. Yes, you will grieve.
You will ask yourself questions. Though you were not married to this person, but it's still
the attachment.
Because there's an attachment. So when we go to now on the other side where we involve assets, we involve patients,
it's another ball
children,
game.
Families. It's even
costly.
It's
costly.
But don't make a mistake of staying in a marriage for the sake of the children.
Yes.
That one
where there's perpetual infidelity.
Because when you stand, you are saying to the children, this is normal. This is how life is supposed to. Accept it as it is. And when it happens with them, they will also go and repeat the same thing to another mother's daughter.
Yes, because it was normal.
It was normal.
It was normal to them. This has been so insightful. I'm really excited about our next session. I do, however, want you to communicate with us. You can leave us, messages underneath and comment on this show just to tell us, because we wanted to go further and do triggers and how to heal. But one thing that I'm taking away from this particular broadcast, Andrew Spaumer, is that it's necessary to get an outside party. And when people choose an outside party to facilitate such things, it should be somebody that has the knowledge base to assist, not somebody that's just going to say, forgive each other and go on with life. And then a person wakes up next week and they are feeling down and they are not coping and they are depressed. And, they don't know how, then they're feeling like a bad believer because they can't forgive. You understand? Somebody who's going to say, no, you will go through anger, you will go through denial, you will go through all these phases. Eventually you'll accept and life will go on and you will heal from it. It's not going to be overnight, but it's going to happen. And I want us to correct this narrative before you go. I know you are big on this. I know you're a pastor, but we're talking to you as a therapist today. There is such a stigma around counseling. And I want to use this as a closing point to say, as you motivate this point, enlighten the believers out there and the body of Christ on the benefits of counseling. Because most of them, they think once you have to go for counseling, you're a failure. Or once you have to go for counseling, there's something, wrong with you to the extent that it can't be rectified. I think we need to get to a point where we normalize counseling and enlighten people that it is a need.
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. Maybe let me say that counseling is more about opening to someone that is neutral, someone that can hear you without interest in your matter. As a social worker, I'm registered with the Council for Social Workers. Number one, there is confidentiality. I must keep everything confidential. And also, it helps me to make sure that when I help the people there are somewhere where I can account to. If there's a body that I can account to, where they can even take me if they feel that I have contravened their confidential information. That is where it protects you. And that is why it's very much important. But above all, you need people to guide you in the steps that you are taking. You cannot go to a brick maker and go and ask about a car. That person is doing brick making. You cannot go to your parents. They are not objective. They are subjective.
They are emotionally involved.
All right? So the other thing that is important, people spend a lot of money for a wedding day. But they fail to spend a cent to prepare for a marriage life. A wedding day is a one-time event. Marriage is a lifetime commitment.
Definitely.
Spend some money in premarital counseling. And once you have established yourself in premarital counseling, it's important to walk with that person after the marriage. A car.
Take them through.
A car, as Bishop Lalaman will say, your marriage is due for service. You drive a car, you must go and change the oil. Check the tire pressure.
Tires.
Check. The same with the marriage. You need to intentionally find ways to build your marriage where you are able to ask yourself if what we are doing is still relevant to where we are going.
Is it working?
As a couple.
The destination is far. Are we still relevant?
Are we still relevant? There are certain activities that were applicable when you did not have children. And now you have children. Are they still up to, should we still do these things? Now we have bought a house. Right? How is this going to affect how we are sending money home? So marriage is work. It's not a place where you're going to say, I'm relaxing.
It's not automatic.
It's not automatic.
Very true.
So
very true.
When you come, you attend our sessions, we've got sessions where you got problems. And to solve the problems is like also fixing a house.
Ish.
When you attend marriage enrichment sessions, when we do lovers hiking adventure.
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
When we do that, it's just to create a time where you can be together outside, where you bond.
Yeah.
You need to create a time where you can have a marriage enrichment session, where you can hear other people's stories. Because as you hear other people's stories, you are able to relate. And some you realize you hear that problem, you say, my problem necessarily is not a problem.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah.
But because you are in your closet and you are alone with him, you are thinking that this person, there are a lot of things we need to teach about the 5 languages of love.
Yes.
The 5 languages of apology. How you apologize. How do you deal with your in-laws? How do you deal with your teenagers that are busy growing? Financial matters is a process that is growing. Your career, for example, sitting, Mamruti, I don't know, Mamruti, you are listening, very interesting. Let me leave it in your area. I mean, what I'm just saying that let's also look at developing ourselves. Whether you are a husband, what is your growth channel? How do you see yourself growing?
Where are you going?
Where are you going as an individual? Where am I going as an individual? And as we come together, we build this thing and it grows and we are able to live legacy.
Yes. No, definitely.
So those are the kind of things that where therapy is coming in.
Therapy comes in.
Can I also apologize? I must apologize. I must apologize.
Okay.
That there are certain professionals that have really dented the profession.
Yes.
When people have to go for counseling.
Yes.
Because some people are scared that their secrets will be all over.
Will be exposed,
Right? And there are also those that don't have the passion. A person has got the title. Because even as a social worker, it's not every social worker does counseling. Some are trained just to do certain things.
Portions of it,
Portion of it. So even when you you go to a doctor, there are certain doctors that are GPs,
then specialists.
They are specialists. So do your homework. When you go for counseling. Lastly, on my research on marriage, I've also found out during my research on conflict management that people go for counseling as a last resort to prove to the court that I have done everything.
I've tried my best
to solve this marriage.
So they are not coming for help.
No,
they are coming just to back themselves up.
Exactly. So go to marriage counseling.
Futile exercise.
Exactly. Go to there to empower yourself. Invest money in your marriage. We invest money in our education. We invest money in our children. We invest money in building nice houses. But we never invest money in us.
In building the marriage.
In building this thing that we need.
No, this is powerful. I think we can even take that as your closing statements. It was so powerful. It's so well-rounded. But what we really are saying today is that there is help that is available. Just because you have experienced, certain hurdles before does not mean that there is no help that is available out there. I do want to say before I close that we are passionate about relationships. We are passionate about marriages. My sincere belief is that is one area where God breeds, greatness. I'm not saying it's the only area, but a family is the one area where God begins to groom greatness and begins to, to unleash certain things within it, and it should be a healthy environment. And most of the social ills that we are seeing today, if we trace them, we find that most of them are stemming from dysfunctional families. And so when we come and sit here and talk like this, is because we want the world to be a better place. Indeed. We want the world to be a healthier place to live in. As we close, Andrew Spaumer, please do tell them how they can access you on social media platforms as we wrap up, and also where you are based so that they can access you.
Thank you very much. I am on social media, Facebook, Andrew Spaumer, YouTube, Andrew Spaumer. You Google it. The website is Andrew Spaumer. And my number, which is the business number, is 072 888 5030. 072 888 5030. That's where you'll find me. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope our viewers did enjoy this session. So till next time, goodbye.